first half. Their first game of the season, St. John's is 2-0. Let's see what adjustments were made at halftime and who comes out stronger in this second half.
One adjustment early on is Rashid Jordan not in the lineup to start the half. Felix Balamu gets to start instead.
Well, a teardrop for Elvar Fredrickson to start off the second half for LIU. Jordan, still with those 2 fouls, was limited to 8 minutes in the first half. Harrison, who also has 2 fouls, is in the game. This is Chris Obekpa, the center. Pointer's jumper no good. Chance for Fredrickson to run the court. And the rebound grabbed by Atterbury. This time he gets his jump shot to go.
LIU has come out as the aggressor in the second half. Looking for this shot, offensive rebound, out hustling St. John's.
Right away, they close it to a 2-point game. Pointer goes to the basket, tried to use the window, and LIU a chance to run again. Good defense by Harrison inside. Balamu gave it away though. Gerrell Martin couldn't finish again. Pointer with the defense.
Well, he cut off Martin and took away his driving lane.
This was helter-skelter, Tariq.
Well, the turnover was careless basketball by Balamu, but nice job by Pointer with the hustle. Cut off Martin's angle, made him come up short on the layup.
St. John's led by 6. It's now a 2-point game early in this second half.
LIU playing a sagging man-to-man. They're trying to force St. John's to shoot from the outside. Doing a good job at it so far.
The 3-ball drops for Gerrell Martin, and LIU retakes the lead.
Well, again, Martin spots up from the 3, and again, nobody out to contest. LIU playing with confidence.
Balamu. Pointer again slams it home. He's having a night.
Pointer's been the only guy for St. John's that's been consistently active on both ends of the court. If it wasn't for him, St. John's would probably be down right now.
He's got 12, and he's got St. John's in front by 1. Shot clock violation as the big man, Zana, found himself with the ball and the clock winding down.
St. John's guards moving their feet, not getting beat off the dribble. As we see the replay here, Don Pointer coming out of nowhere above the rim.
He's had a couple of plays that could have been SportsCenter top 10 nominees tonight.
And he plays with an aggressiveness that St. John's needs, especially when they're going to play a small lineup.
Jordan is back in for St. John's. They find him in the paint, and he finds a way to get the bucket to drop.
Well, that's the Euro step again, and they like to post Rashid up. Jordan, with his size of 6'4", they like to run some sets, especially when he doesn't have a rhythm. He was not very aggressive in the first half. Let's see if he can pick it up in these next few minutes.
Iverson Fleming drove the lane. Harrison stripped him. It'll stay with LIU. I'll tell you what, Tariq, we need a halftime segment with you teaching me how to do the Euro step.
Well, it's a new move that you're seeing a lot now from these young guys as we see the replay of Fleming. But Jordan has really used that very effectively in his game when he drives to the rim.
Soft touch from Iverson Fleming on that jumper. Keeps it a 1-point game.
This LIU team playing with confidence. They've been very disciplined and playing very patient on the offensive end.
Jordan glad to be back in the game. He's got the last 4 for St. John's.
That pull-up game is deadly because he has the size to elevate over smaller guards at 6'4".
He's averaging 18 and a half in the 2 games this year, just 6 due to that first half foul trouble tonight. Under 10 on the shot clock. Fight for the rebound, and it goes St. John's way. The Red Storm tested early in this second half, but they're still in front thanks to that. He's got 12 points, 3 blocks, 2 steals. And he's one of the big reasons St. John's has the lead, 38-35, early in this second half of the NIT season tip-off.
St. John's going with Rasheed Jordan off the ball now, trying to get him some chances to look for his scoring, be more aggressive on the offensive end.
4 guards in there. Obekpa the only big presence. Jordan for 3. No good. Rebounded by Gerrell Martin. Whistle underneath the basket. And it's called against Chris Obekpa. His first foul, which is a good sign for St. John's, which saw him have foul trouble on Monday.
Well, he's been careful not to get in foul trouble, and he knows how important he is to this team. Trying to use his length and his quick feet to avoid the contact.
Nurazana going against him. Didn't get the bounce. Iverson Fleming couldn't finish, and then there's a scramble underneath the basket. Everybody okay, no hard feelings this time.
It's getting physical under the rim, and Zana, who likes the contact, has been the aggressor down low for LIU, and he's done a good job of holding down the paint.
Our camera operator almost got drawn into that one. A good thing to stay out of the
Might
fray.
need a helmet. It's physical down there. St. John's now running some flex offense, which is a combination of cross and down screens.
Obekpa battling hard underneath, and he's fouled going up with one of those rebounds.
And although St. John's is not shooting well from the outside, their quickness and especially their ability to offensive rebound is like their second offense, because when shots aren't falling, you have to gang rebound, and Beckman does a good job as the aggressor.
3 fouls now against both Martin Hermanson and Iverson Fleming for LIU as Obekpa goes to the line and sinks the first.
Now this is a big turnaround if he can make foul shots, because last year he was a liability. And there were times when Coach Lavin could not leave him on the floor.
15 out of 37 last year.
Right, which is, I'm not a mathematician, but that's less than 50%, well under 50%. And now, as I jinx the second foul shot, he's a guy who you can trust a little bit more.
He's still 3 for 4 tonight from the line.
75%, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
John and Tariq's math class.
Great contest, and he bodied Martin but didn't make any contact.
Jordan had a chance to go one-on-one, and Fredrickson did not back down, avoided committing the foul. The ball will stay with St. John's.
Jordan tried to Euro step.
Well, you like
Fredrickson.
him. You like him one-on-one there.
Yeah, no question. That's one example where Lavin said, hey, don't use the Euro step, just blow by him and use your size.
Harrison got fouled that time, and it's 4 early fouls against LIU.
Well, this is how you get momentum as well. If your shots are falling, be the aggressor and get to the foul line. And certainly D'Angelo Harrison
is the right guy.
A guy you want shooting 86%. Relatively quiet game for Harrison, but he's a guy who, as we all know, Jonathan, can heat up at a moment's notice. And, one thing about Harrison, which I like, is he's able to move on to the next play. If something doesn't go his way, as a freshman and sophomore, he might have dwelled on it. Now he's on to the next play and, just kind of looking ahead because there's a lot of time left in the game.
He's up to 9 points. The Red Storm lead back up to 6. This is Fredrickson, one of 2 Icelandic freshmen for LIU. Pointer knocked that one into the backcourt. Fredrickson goes all the way, just throws it up high off the glass. Last touched. Well, it looked from here like it was last touched by LIU.
It did look that way, but the ball pressure forced Fredrickson into driving to the basket, kind of out of control, and lucky that they were able to get that ball back.
Steve Lavin was not happy about it, as you might imagine, but no further looks. 5 on the shot clock. Atterbury rejected by Pointer. What a night.
Pointer gave the cameraman a look like, not in my house.
I think those may have been the LIU cheerleaders who got the look.
I think it was a combination, but again, he continues to time these shots, and
Gerrell Martin off the inbounds gets a big bucket for LIU. Harrison quickly the other way. Reverse layup and one.
What Harrison did there was he recognized that LIU's transition defense wasn't set. Good kick-ahead pass by Branch to lead Harrison into a driving angle where he could do something with it.
Just like that, he goes from 7 points to 11 and at the line to make it 12.
Well, Harrison, who is the leader of this team, no question about it, and one of the senior captains. I had some time with him last night at the St. John's tip-off dinner, and he had a chance to speak in front of a packed crowd of alumni, and he told me he was nervous. I said, how are you nervous as many times as you played in front of thousands of fans? And he said, look, when I'm playing basketball, I'm not worried about what I do, but when I'm speaking, I'm a little more self-conscious. I said, look, you're in the New York City media capital of the world. Just be yourself. And he finally relaxed and did a great job.
Fredrickson can't get the bounce, but he did get fouled as he tries to keep LIU in this thing. St. John's lead at 7, which ties its largest lead today.
Well, you look at this LIU team and say, hey, okay, they're young. They don't have much senior leadership other than Martin, who's their only senior. But they have some pieces. Their freshman guard, Fredrickson, has been solid. He handles the ball well. He's under control, gets his team a good shot, and very good at getting in the lane and making plays for his teammates. And I think him and Hermanson, the Icelandic combo, are a good future backcourt for this LIU program.
Again, this is the first game for LIU. They start 3 freshmen and bring 3 more off the bench.
St. John's trying to run some single and double screens for Harrison to get him free.
Jordan again hits the pull-up.
That's awfully hard to stop because of his size. He stops on the dime and pulls up under control.
4 for 4 from the field tonight. Foul in the lane against LIU.
Yeah, they're going to call a movement screen. Nice job by Harrison drawing that contact.
And it's on the big man, Nurazana. His second foul.
So now St. John's getting a little momentum. You don't want to trade baskets. You want to get stops and come back down and continue to score, put the pressure on the defense. The combination of Harrison and Jordan looking for their shot more has been the main thing.
LIU got away with a push off the ball there. Now they get a chance to run, and Gerrell Martin walks. And it'll be a travel against LIU and a timeout. St. John's has extended its lead. Side active defensively. 5 blocks, already a career high for him. And St. John's in front by 8 here, midway through the second half.
With the small lineup that Coach Lavin's going with this year, Don Pointer's going to have more opportunities down low, even though he's only 6'6". He's at his best when he's slashing to the rim attacking. He's been effective tonight.
Rashid Jordan into the lane. That's his first miss of the day. And the rebound grabbed by Trevin Woods, one of freshman twins LIU Brooklyn has. He tries a 3, he knocks it down.
He's a shooter. Both him and his twin brother are wing shooters that like to pull up from the 3. They have the green light, especially when they get their feet set. They're hard to get those shots to stop.
Twins out of Fort Bend, Austin High School in the Houston area. Trevin and Trevon. And if they didn't cut their hair differently, we wouldn't be able to tell them apart. Shot clock under 10. Jordan with another jumper. Rebounded by Hermanson for LIU. Up and in from Zana, and the foul to boot. LIU right back in it.
Beautiful bounce pass, and Zana with great hands takes the contact with the finish.
10 now for Nura Zana, the redshirt freshman.
Don Pointer almost got a piece of it, but too much body. Obvious foul, and Zana's been solid. Here's a guy who missed all last year, broke his wrist in the preseason trying to block a shot. Comes from good stock. His brother, Talib Zana, played for Pitt. Was a big-time center, was 6'9", a little bigger than his brother, but certainly carrying on the tradition here.
Now a 3-point game. Phil Green back in, swings it to Jordan. His pass picked off by Hermanson. He tried to cross over Jordan. It was an awkward dribbling move, and Jordan is going to get called for his 3rd personal foul.
Now he knew Hermanson was going to cross over, but he got a piece of his arm and caused Hermanson to fall. Coach Lavin talking to his sophomore guard about staying in the game, being smart defensively.
He's replaced by Harrison, who's back in for St. John's. And Hermanson traveled as he tried to get a handle on that one.
Well, this is why you want to have depth at the backcourt. When you have 4 or 5 guards, as St. John's does, you have the luxury of plugging someone like Jamal Branch in when Rashid Jordan picks up his 3rd foul. And allowed them to get out and push up their up-tempo game.
A career high in blocks for Pointer. He and Chris Obekpa each have 5. And you saw that little wink into our camera after the big one.
He likes the camera.
Yes. It's a 3-point St. John's lead. Into the final quarter of this game. Phil Green couldn't get the shot to go. Zana grabbed the rebound for LIU.
Good help defense by LIU. They knew that St. John's was trying to get to the rim. Good contest on Phil Green.
That's Trevin Woods. Avoided a walk thanks to a defensive touch. Frederickson, a long one. Too strong off the back iron. They set up Phil Green for the 3. Couldn't get the bounce. And Zana with another rebound. Hermanson with 3 fouls against him. In there for LIU. Cross court to Frederickson. Trevin Woods. Couldn't hit the jumper. Here goes Pointer again. All the way.
And that's what he does. He attacks the rim and knew that no one was going to block it, so he went up with the intention to dunk it, but a great advanced pass by Phil Green. And transition basketball is a great way for St. John's to get some distance.
Well, Phil Green was, and then Friday it'll be either Gonzaga or Georgia, both of those over in Manhattan.
St. John's pressing up a little bit more on their defensive pressure.
They got the three-point look. Martin banked it. And St. John's goes the other way with Pointer again. To Obekpa to lay it up and in.
Good recognition by Don Pointer. He saw Chris Obekpa run the lane, rewarded him for his hustle, and that gets the big man going. You know, when you run the floor and reward your big man, he plays even harder on defense.
Well, Pointer's having a big night. You see him drive the lane. You think he's going to force it. What a smart play to look for a better run coming behind it. Hermanson with a nice hesitation, but Zana lost a handle on the way up. Stolen right back by Atterbury. LIU hanging around.
Good heads-up play by Atterbury. Don Pointer kind of lost sight of him for a second.
They get Jordan inside, banks it in. Steve Lavin talked to us about paint touches for Jordan. That's
what they like to get that cross-screen action for Jordan because he's so explosive with that quick first step.
Another three ball. This one goes for Gerrell Martin.
Gerrell, who's been quiet the last few minutes, not going away. He's a shooter, won't hesitate.
He's got 14 points, 12 of them on threes, 2 on free throws. And he jumped up on the scorer's table briefly, but couldn't come up with that one.
Don Pointer has been the man of the night. Continues to attack the rim.
St. John's 52, LIU Brooklyn 48.
St. John's one foul away. They need to draw one more foul to be in the bonus. Let's see if they can attack the rim, get a paint touch, get a high percentage look.
Obekpa goes inside, too strong, and it's tapped out. I think it was Pointer again. Obekpa looking for help. He just barely got it to Harrison. He thought he was fouled by Martin. No whistle. And it's a turnover.
Harrison looking at Ed Corbett like, where's the foul? But it looked like a clean play. Martin got his hands high and contested. Good job recovering off that high ball screen by Martin.
Iverson Fleming back in for LIU. Brings it up to Hermanson. Tried to go inside. It's out off the hands of Pointer.
Also for St. John's, number 10, Felix Balamu.
D'Angelo Harrison gets a break here. Felix Balamu checks back in. They got Martin to look for three. He didn't pull the trigger though.
Well, he's looking to shoot it. You know, they're running him off of down screens and stagger screens, trying to get him some space.
Pointer reacts first, gets it ahead. The trailer is Balamu. He goes to the hoop, lays it in, and gets fouled.
Good decision, and it started on the defensive end. Who else but Don Pointer causing havoc. He gets the deflection, which ignites the fast break, and obviously, you know, Don Pointer has been very active, but he makes the heads-up play with the kick-ahead pass, and Jordan sees Balamu run the lane. When you run the lane, you will get rewarded. Nice finish by Balamu.
Free throw rattles in and out. It's still a 6-point game.
LIU still playing basically with 4 guards and 1 big in Zana, similar to St. John's.
Atterbury uses the left hand. Sana the rebound, blocked underneath.
It looked like a game block. It looked like two guys blocked that. Obekpa and Phil Green, I believe. I'm sorry, Balamu.
St. John's stepping up on the defensive side of the ball. What can they do with the ball?
And some of these shots, you have to keep the defense honest. Passed up 2 shots.
Harrison inside, got the rebound and put it back.
You said it perfectly, Jonathan. D'Angelo Harrison had the inside position. Continues to rebound the ball well from the guard spot.
He had 17 rebounds on Monday, a career high by a wide margin. And this is...
Hey, we have a tough schedule, and this is the only way you get better. This is the only way you learn on the job.
Again, very young LIU team, only brought back 2 starters from last year. St. John's with an 8-point lead that equals its largest of the game. Hernandez tried to tap his own rebound, and Obekpa came up with the second one. And now he gets fouled by Atterbury, which is going to be his 3rd. And we told you St. John's in the bonus. It'll mean easy free throws for Obekpa.
Obekpa did a good job of securing the ball and clearing space. Started with the contest, and then Obekpa active on the glass.
And we saw Atterbury get a turnover with a similar play earlier. That time the risk did not pay off.
Obekpa, who's worked on all aspects of his game, and you know the biggest difference from this year and last year is on the offensive end.
We were praising his free throw shooting, and while it looks better, that one didn't go down. So the foul doesn't really hurt LIU.
St. John still has some fouls to give, so they can pressure the ball. They only have 14 fouls.
Great pass by Fredrickson, up and in to keep LIU within 6.
He off the dribble, went right past Rasheed Jordan, who tried to reach and get the steal. Good heads up bounce pass.
Pointer spins, puts it up, gets it to go.
Good looking move, and you know he created space with the spin dribble, and his size at 6'7" with the runner.
Hermanson wants to drive, and there was a foul whistled on the floor. And that'll bring us to a timeout. St. John's lead back up to 8 thanks to the man of the night, Sir Dominic Pointer. 2 more, he's now got 16 to tie his career high.
Up cheap fouls, he's been very disciplined, using his length and his anticipation to be a beast on the glass with 10 rebounds, and then obviously the 6 blocks protecting the rim like he always does.
He's the St. John's record holder in career, single season, and single game blocks. But he is whistled for a foul here inside.
Look for LIU to play a little more desperate as this game winds down. Only 3 minutes left. Certainly within reach and only down 8 points. You know, Martin, who's 5 of 13 from the field, but 4 of 6 from 3, you know, he has the ability to heat up, but he usually is better as a recipient off the catch than creating his own shot.
Atterbury forced that one, and Obekpa blocked the rebound. That might be block number 7.
I think so. He's working on a double-double, blocks and rebounds.
In this second half, LIU only has 6 3-point attempts. They had 11 in the first half. Is that a product of the St. John's defense, and if so, what changed?
Well, it's a combination of the pressure defense by St. John's, but it's also, you know, I think LIU's gotten some decent looks, but you know, I also you have to go back to Obekpa's presence. You know, when you see a guy down there that's that imposing, that is that you know capable of blocking and altering shots, as we're seeing, it's not easy to operate with this guy who's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, because just when you think he's gone, he's either running the lane or he's coming from the weak side and blocking the shot. And that's what he does best. So, he's a guy that makes you depend more on your perimeter game than your interior game because he's protecting the rim so well.
Eight-point lead, but St. John's hasn't been able to extend it beyond 8 tonight. Martin forced into a two-pointer and couldn't connect. Jordan off to the races, and he's fouled on the way. It's going to be foul number 4 on Martin Hermanson.
St. John's huddles up, and
Personal foul number 24, Martin Hermanson.
they'll go to the foul line. Jordan, who hasn't been as aggressive offensively, but you can certainly see glimpses of the future. The talent of this young man who has all the ability in the world, and I was intrigued with him from the first time I saw him play. But being a former point guard myself and being a bigger point guard, you automatically kind of are drawn to his size and his ability to make plays for his teammates, but also rebound and elevate over smaller opponents, and then defensively use his size to put pressure on the basketball. You have a very good two-way player here.
He's got 12, and St. John's has a 10-point lead. See Hermanson trying to get some open looks for his teammates.
Well, it's awfully hard because you have Obekpa roaming the middle.
He got a piece of that one as well.
I mean, look at
That's
that. I mean, he closed out, but he was like 2 feet in front of the rim and just did a dead sprint to close out and elevate. And that's hard to stop. I mean, in hindsight, he'd use a shot fake, but you wouldn't have thought he would have blocked that. He covers so much ground.
Another block inside by Harrison, but Atterbury got it to go. And a quick timeout taken by LIU. Trying to hang around and make this close down the stretch.
Atterbury's been active all night, especially in the second half. Around the glass, a physical banger. Last year played more of the 5, but this year he's playing more of the power forward. St. John's should expect some kind of full court pressure and expect to get fouled if you're St. John's. The next foul they draw would be a double bonus situation.
And you see the numbers on the defensive end. 13 blocks as a team for St. John's. 8 for Chris Obekpa. 5 for Sir Dominic Pointer. And just a reminder, the St. John's single game record is 11, held by, of course, Chris Obekpa.
I mean, it's amazing that by the time he's done, Obekpa, if he's here all 4 years, he will be the all-time leading shot blocker in college history. And there's been some great ones in Pat Ewing and Ralph Sampson. His reputation precedes him now as one of the most dominant defensive rim protectors we've seen in a long time.
Jamal Branch in for St. John's to help deal with this pressure.
St. John's going small now, all 5 guards. They're doing this because they want 5 ball handlers in the game to handle the pressure and make their foul shots.
The foul goes against Jamil Hood, the freshman.
Coach Lavin going offense, defense. He'll put Obekpa back in for the defensive possession. For obvious reasons, the way he protects the rim, you want him in the game.
Jamal Branch will have 2 shots here, as that was the 10th team foul against LIU. Of course, in this case, Obekpa's coming in for the shooter, so it requires a make to get him in the game for defense.
Exactly. This is part of the new rotation that Coach Lavin is going to use in certain situations. And he's not afraid to play 5 guards because he likes having quick speed and 5 guys that can handle the ball.
So Obekpa back in with 8 blocks.
St. John's now in a 2-3, extended out.
They find Martin, had a good look, and Atterbury got the rebound and was fouled for LIU. It's a big board for the Blackbirds.
Yeah, it's just a great job by Atterbury keeping the possession alive. You know, he's a guy who really wants to face up and kind of take his guy away from the basket, but he's done a solid job of being physical down low and scoring around the rim.
He can't convert the free throw there. The foul was against D'Angelo Harrison, which is his fourth.
Again, St. John's goes back with the 5 guards and be prepared for some kind of full court pressure.
Jordan to bring it up with Harrison. 1:15 to go. All the way to the rim and an acrobatic layup.
Good recognition by Jordan. It was wide open the lane. He splits the double and gets into the basket.
10-point lead for St. John's, and they may have finally broken LIU's resistance.
And this is an example of the speed and the change of direction. Good body control with the left. I am so excited to see Jordan as the season progresses, because now he knows that his team is comfortable with him being the leader. It doesn't have to be a vocal leader, but he is the guy who's going to make the decisions when the game is on the line, him and D'Angelo Harrison. But he's asserted himself more as a sophomore. He deferred last year, naturally because he was a freshman, but now there's a comfort level with his teammates. There's a comfort level and a trust to the coaching staff. That's one of the big changes. He believes in the staff in terms of what they're telling him to do, more so than last year, because last year it's all a learning curve.
15 now for Jordan. Third straight double-digit game for him to open the year. Atterbury rejected by Pointer one more time. 6 for Pointer, 14 for the Red Storm.
I'd call this a block party. I mean, he met him at the rim and sent him right back down to the ground with a clean rejection. Don Pointer has been all over the court today, and his defensive presence has been very impressive.
I believe the message was, that's my rim. And so is this one.
A new career high for the senior. Impressive performance by Pointer.
He grabs one more rebound, and St. John's is going to run out the clock on this one. No matter how you got here, 7 train to Q46, BQE to LIE. This was entertainment. St. John's and LIU Brooklyn going back and forth. But the Red Storm too much in the second half for a young LIU team. And it's a 3-0 start for St. John's. They win it 66-53. The result in the right column, Tariq. What else does St. John's take away from this one?
Well, you're seeing multiple guys step up in different games. This night was Don Pointer's night. 2 nights ago was D'Angelo Harrison and Rashid Jordan. It's good to see multiple guys step up, because when you get into the thick of the season, you can't just depend on one player. And the versatility, the speed, and the defensive presence of the St. John's team is starting to come together. Don Pointer was all over the rim, explosive with the dunk.
18 points for Sir Dominic Pointer, as we told you, a new career high. Rashid Jordan with 15, D'Angelo Harrison with 14. And a block party as well, 7 for Pointer, 8 for Obekpa.